pay no attention to this makeup because I just came back from a dress rehearsal for Beauty and the Beast and I'm the feather duster. But I wanted to take this time to make this video for my friend that asked for it, even though it's 11 o'clock at night, because I love you and I want to be your hype sis. So here it is, my girl. She's going through some stuff where she feels like spread thin and like she's being taken advantage of, and it's not necessarily the company that you keep, but it's like that you can't say no. And like we've talked about, or I've talked to her about how like sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough to further my career in entertainment. We've talked about that in the past, and she also feels spread thin, and you feel like people are taking advantage of you or just like only like you for the things that you can do for them. So like honestly, like I've been thinking about that shit too lately, because like I'm a performer, and so naturally like I like to please people, and you know that's like the whole job of a performer, and so it can be really hard because that carries on into your life. And one of my mentors told me something really useful, that like not everybody is meant to be pleased by you, and you're not meant to please everybody. And so my problem has always been that I don't like to say no to anything, because I don't like to disappoint people. I've never been that kind of person. I'm like an overachiever. I'm A-type. I want to be the best at everything. But then somewhere along the 20s, I was like, fuck that shit, because you can't be good at everything. You can't do everything. And like, you know, I feel like that's completely normal, girl. Like, when you're a teenager, like, you got all of this time for everything. Like, I played, like, 3 different sports, and I did theater, and I was, like, student government. But once you hit, like, 20-something, like, you ain't got fucking time for that. You gotta learn how to say no, babe. And you can't, like, feel guilty for that, because you need to take time for yourself. And on that note, I have definitely started, like, really discriminating about who I let into my life, and that's okay for you to do that, because you don't want to hang around people that only like you for what you can do for them. Like they should want to do things for you because they love you, like love you for who you are. And girl, like you're a dope ass chick. Like I remember like we spent like all night till like 4 in the morning emptying like 3 bottles of wine and watching Vines. Like that's the kind of friend that you need in your life, and that's like those are the kind of people that you need around you. And so I feel like when you start saying no and tell them like, hey, I need to take care of myself, then, and if they get mad, then you know that they were never worth the fucking trouble in the first place. Because when I was getting spread thin, because I would just say yes to everything. Yes to every performance, yes to every gig, yes to every modeling gig, every performance gig, and then like some of it I just wasn't getting anything out of it. Like it was becoming more tiring than it was like adding to my life. And I said, fuck that. If the payout is not worth it, like I'm just gonna say no. And if your feelings get hurt, that's fine. Whatever. Like, you'll get over it. I feel like it's like something we have to get over in our 20s, like not making everybody happy all the time. That's okay. And like I said, girl, like you're dope as shit. Like you really need to be okay with saying no and taking time for yourself, and just watching out for those people that like they only care about you when you do things for them. And especially at like work, especially if like you're doing like recreational stuff with them, or like even like people on your team, like they only like you because your talent, or people at your job only like you if you do a good job. Like that's conditional love. That's not real love. Like real love is like you love your friend when she fucked up, and you love her when she's at her best. But like either way, you love her just as hard, and you deserve friends like that. And so just start saying no. Just start saying like, no, I don't have the time. I need to take this time for myself. And see who's really there for you. Like seriously, see who drops out and see who sticks around. and just let that be, because in the long run it's gonna be worth it, because you don't need to waste your time with useless people. Nobody got time for that. We're almost 30, okay? Like, time is running out. There's life decisions to be made. We can't be fooling around with trifling as people, girl. Just say no. It's okay. It's completely fine. And then maybe you won't feel like you're being taken advantage of. It's amazing, like, how much I feel we can, like, do for ourselves, and that, like, we let ourselves get taken advantage of, especially if you're a dope chick that people tend to gravitate towards. And it's okay for you to admit it, like, yeah, you're dope, like, you are a really interesting person and you have a magnetic personality, and people are going to want to take and take and take from you because they want your energy. But then eventually what happens? You run out, and then you have nothing else, nothing left for yourself. And then they leave you if you don't have any more energy to give. Because, like I said, their love is conditional. But if someone really loves you, like if someone is really your friend, like they love you for who you are, with your energy and without, when you're depressed and when you're like at the mountaintop. You know, your friends need to be there for you, like when you're succeeding and you're on it and you are just fucking killing it. And also when you are like a fucking mess and you haven't washed your hair in maybe a week or two, and all you want to do is sit around and watch Netflix, and you gained like 10 pounds and you're probably like not that interesting. You're really like depressing, and they still want to be around you. Like, that's real love. Like right now, I really would like to go to sleep, but I think it's more important for me to tell you how dope you are at midnight when I really want to wash this stage makeup off, because it is really crusty and it looks really ratchet and really pasty, and I just really want my skin to breathe. But it's okay, because I love you more because I'm your friend and you're dope, okay? So please remember that, baby. Say no. It's okay. You can say no and then see who falls out, okay? Yeah. I hope this hyped you up. I hope this is what you needed. I love you so much. Good night, boo. Don't forget, take some time for yourself. It's okay.